So hi there. Yeah, a lot of problems now. A little bit frustrated, but hey, þetta reddast. Need to stay calm and carry on. So one Christmas tradition that I forgot to mention is the tradition of eating fermented stingray or starry ray or skate on the 23rd of December. So day before Christmas, on 23rd of December, we call it Þorláksmessa, or the Mass of Þorlákur. So he's the patron saint of Iceland. We were a Catholic country from around year 1000 to 1550, and we celebrate. We remember his day by eating this fermented skate. So there's a Catholic tradition of not eating meat before Christmas time, and on the 23rd, so people were eating what was available, and for some reason we had a lot of fermented starry ray. This was something that a lot of Icelandic food traditions revolved around what would last through the winter, and this fermentation process that they use for the skate or the starry ray is keeps it. You can eat it for a long time. It keeps, so to speak. So, but for some reason, this strange tradition is still relevant here in Iceland today. So people like to come together like friends, and usually today it's more like you go to a certain restaurant to eat this, because the stench is really not good. Yeah, you need to basically put on your baggy pants and stuff like that. Some clothes that you can change after the dinner, and because it's smelly. When people were cooking it at home, the stench would maybe be for days. So they would go into the maybe cook into the garage or something like that to make sure that the stench just stayed there. So and this tradition, for some reason, it has kept going here. The older generation, of course, like it more than maybe the younger generation, but still. And the older generation like to have it really strong, really fermented, so really smelly, and makes your eyes water, your nostrils flare, and a similar story like our notorious fermented shark. So recommend for you to try that out sometime. Technology has been. I've actually walked this now 4 times, no problems, but of course not with this many people checking it out. So maybe I have to learn from this mistake and do better next time. So we're here in Restaurant Reykjavik, and we're actually gonna see some Christmas food over here. I'm looking forward to. One of my favorite foods is the glazed ham that we have before Christmas, and I try to abstain from it all year round. So I'm really looking forward to it when it's finally on the eaten on the 24th, and I can usually I like to have like 2 big glazed hams, because I like to have leftovers a couple of days, even better. I'm nothing better than after the Christmas dinner, you open up the packages, maybe got a book or something like that, and then after a while, you've been reading for a while, some chocolates, boys gone to sleep, fortunately, hopefully, some relaxation time, then you go for another slice of the glazed ham, one of my favorite things. So I just want to show you real quick my 2 boys. So the taller one is named Odin Hrafn, or Odin, like the Norse god, and Raven. And the short one over there, the 2-year-old, his name is Trystitýr, or Trustworthy Tyr. So both named after the old Norse gods. And a little bit about our naming convention. They are both Sævar's son of Sævar. Valsson. Valsson. I'm a little bit frail here. Son of Valur. and I'm the son of Sævar. That's my dad. So usually the children bear their father's name, so either son or daughter. So Valsson or Valsdóttir. And so this is something like the glazed ham look like. We call it hamborgarhryggur because for some reason this ham came a lot of times from Hamburg in Germany, and it's really like my mother put like brown sugar and a little bit of Dijon syrup on top, and it was just a delicious crust on it. Then we have this thing I was talking about earlier about the smoked leg of lamb. So this is for Christmas Day, 25th of December. So maybe just my small family comes together on the 24th of December, and then on 25th of December they're usually like bigger family gatherings. So then it's traditional to eat this, usually cold, but sometimes warm. So with hot bechamel sauce, green beans you see there, and you see the special leaf bread that you see there over there. Leaf bread. This wafer thin bread that's really a thing for Christmas. Yeah, 2020. Yeah, I told you earlier. It's 2020. Anything can happen, and yes, of course it happened. What? How did I? Why did I think that this would go without a hitch? But I'm looking forward to get hopefully a Christmas beer to relax me a little bit, because I've been panicking a little bit. But things will always work out. So do you have any questions for Christmas traditions in Iceland? Those of you that are left? Christmas is also one of the times when the elves are moving around the year, when the elves are sometimes moving, like on New Year's, on the 6th of January, they are also prowling about. So some people say that, like we talked about, there are dimensions, these hidden people, and on 24th, there are some elf stories talking about that the people in the farm, they left for mass or something like that, and then one person would stay in the house to guard the house, like usually a working woman or man. And then a posse of elves or a group of elves would come and have a party. And you had to make sure that you didn't accept anything from the elves. They would offer you all kinds of stuff. And if you accepted, you would turn mad. So you had to make sure that you don't accept anything. You just stayed in your corner or wherever you were, and just left the elves alone. Because if you succeeded, then the elves would leave you alone. And it's a similar story like on New Year's Eve, but then you have to sit on a crossroad. So you would sit on a crossroad somewhere, and because the elves would pass by, they were sometimes moving on New Year's Eve for some reason, and then you have to make sure that you didn't accept any gifts from them, and they would come in the disguise of your mother or your daughter or son or whatever, and they would try to tempt you to come with them or do stuff, and you just have to sit down and be relaxed, and then you wouldn't go mad, and then you would gain all the treasures that the elves had tried to brought you if you kept your senses about the Santa, the American Santa, or the Santa, the red Santa. Yes, children believe in him also, but here we try to keep our Icelandic Yule Lads. So they come to like parties when you're dancing around the Christmas tree and stuff like that. So they make sure for that. So I think my beer is coming. I hope so. I desperately need a Christmas beer. But I want to mention that we're going to have a. I want to mention that we're going to have a. Oh yes, this is my beer. Tack kærlega.
Njóttu.
Já, tack. Skál. Not carolers, but we like to sing. Like we like to sing. We Icelanders. So basically, all the group sings like a popular Christmas song. A really old song is called Jólasveinar einn og átta ofan koma fjöllunum. Í fyrra kvöld þeir fór að hátta fundan Jón á völlunum. Andri stóð þar utan gátta, það átt að færa hann tröllunum. En þá var hringt í Hólakirkju öllum jólabjöllunum. So, it's a bit difficult to translate it, but at that time, in some regions there were only 9 Santas, 1 8, Jólasveinar 1 8, so just 9 Santas, and they were trolls, and they were basically trying to eat Mr. Andres, and then they ring the church bells, and trolls didn't like the church bells, so they ran away. So this is a really popular Christmas songs around Christmas, and many more. But yeah, we like to sing along, but there are no carols. There are some choirs, of course, singing, and we are crazy about Christmas concerts. We are, like I said, per capita, love per capita. We go a record amount of concerts for during Christmas time. Obviously, not a lot of that today. Scout. So they've turned it online. And this is, yes, Christmas beer. Jólabjór. Yeah, we're talking about Christmas tea. So they are online right now, so we can watch some of the Icelandic concerts just online, and one of my favorites called Bubbi is on 23rd. I'm looking forward to that. So yeah, we like to sing. My darling Clementine. You can use PayPal if you have a PayPal account. It's very easy to connect that if you'd like to tip, but it's not necessary. 2020 has been a hard year for all of us, so I'm not. If you can't completely understand, I just want to guide again and just bring you a little bit of Christmas cheer back to your home. I'm sincerely about the technical problems, but yeah, let's forget about that now. We are fortunately enough. But I hope to show you some Christmas food before we sign off. We are going to check out the buffet that they have here. Usually, like I said earlier, like your workplace would come to a place like this. They have a couple of halls here or rooms for Christmas buffets. So then you would come here with your work colleagues and have some food and have some drink and have a merry time. But there's a 10 people congregation limit now, so and everybody's trying to stay safe as possible. Yeah, but they are doing takeaways actually. There are few here in the room today, but they are actually doing quite a lot of takeaways. So they are basically bringing Christmas buffets to people's home. So people are having small get-togethers, like 10 people maximum, and eat the Christmas food. Like I talked about earlier, we're going to do another Christmas tour next weekend, and hopefully I'm going to fix the technical problems by then. Yeah, we'll do that on the 19th of December, so that's at 3 p.m. and it will be recorded, so we're going to see how Iceland has celebrated Christmas in the 19th century, 1950s and 1850s. We're going to witness a really old farm there that has been there since the 18th century. And check out a couple of fun stuff. I would love to go there with you. Are you going to have shark? I don't believe so. Shark is not a really Christmas food. It's more for, so we have like this tradition of eating old traditional food between like middle of January to middle of February. So we call it Þorrin. So it's traditional to come together like colleagues and eat the old traditional food. Like we would eat sour sheep balls, sour sweet whale blubber, the fermented shark, but also the smoked lamb, and more. So there's some people say that there was a DNA test done a couple of years back that showed that about 90% of Icelandic males had the closest DNA to Norwegians, but only about 50% of the women had the closest DNA to Norwegians. So we're talking about the other half was basically Celtic. So we're talking about Ireland, Scotland, England in that regard. So what happened? The Norwegian Vikings, on their way to Iceland, dropped on the British Isles, asked the women there politely to go to a cruise to the north with me, and they just happily obliged, right? So they went with them to Iceland, and so that's a nice. There's a really nice mix of our folklore, of the Celtic folklore, and then the Norse folklore of the big giants and stuff like that, and trolls, and then we had the. Hi.
Can I interrupt real quick?
Sorry?
I had to give this for my parents from the Netherlands as a thank you.
Okay, thank you. Thank you, Hank.
That's also the winner from the hat.
Okay.
Like there he is.
Hi there.
Okay.
I got a small gift.
Okay, I'll leave you again.
Tack. I got a small gift from the Netherlands. I shipped a wool cap that I had, an Icelandic flag, to Hank via my Facebook page, and this is his daughter. She's working here, and yeah, she located me, of course, and gave me these Dutch shoes over here. So nice memento. Skál, Hank. Hákarl, Jane. Hákarl. Yes, okay. I'll do that for you in a later episode. I'll do some hákarl for you. We'll have some brennivín, the Icelandic Black Death, the snaps, and some hákarl, and laugh a little bit. Unfortunately, not now. I think we're gonna try out some Christmas food, hopefully when it comes. Já, sætt. Takk fyrir það, Jacqueline. So how many have you been here in Iceland? Steve has been there. Who more? They are constantly spamming, these goddamn spammers. Yeah, they have been harassing my event and my page and messages, and yeah, a little bit tiring, to be honest, a little bit. But okay, this is twice by Trina, Alexandra 3 times. So are you going to come back? Hopefully you're at least interested in Iceland enough to be here on this stream with me. 2006, excellent. Life has changed a lot since 2006. Here downtown, and I recommend for you to visit again. Like I said earlier, take your time. Don't rush. Just breathe it all in. You need to sometimes. People are doing the ring road in 3 days or something like that, and you need at least a week, to properly enjoy the scenery and. So, but if you're gonna have a beer, I recommend Einstök Brewery. That's actually the beer that you're most likely to get in the States and in Europe. They have a big Viking helmet on their Glad. Hi Jesse. Yes, 90s. She's excellent. She's one of my guides at your friend in Reykjavik for your rest of you guys. So yeah, Instuk Brewery. I really like their Doppelbock. It's one of my Christmas favorites to have a couple of cases now of that lying around. Fourth visit 2022. Yeah, you can check out the Westfjords. Yeah, that's a little bit neglected part of the country, to be honest, with the Westfjords. Not a lot of people go there. You have to do all the rest before you go there. So you're the fourth time, so obviously going there. Yeah, Ring Road. Yeah. Excellent, Lisa. So yeah, we haven't been doing tours since basically beginning of March or 15th of March. We have done a couple, but just like 2 people or small groups, and we do small groups, just maximum 12 usually, and usually just 4 or 5 people. Food tours and beer tours and folklore walk and a city walk. Like if you want a good introduction to Iceland, then that would be your bet. Walk with a Viking. In February, Isabel, I have to be honest. I think we'll be still in COVID situation there. They're gonna distribute some COVID mask. Food. Yes, I'm ready. Okay, nice. Næslegt.
Súrdegsbrauð, laufabrauð og rúgbrauð, smjör og svo pesto.
Okay. I'll tell you more. Allt í lagi. Takk.
Það eru síðan hérna, nautaþanga með piparrótasósu, pati, andaður gæsa og síðan er graflax, graflaxsósa, jólasíldin, svo venjulegur lax og svo hérna geitaosta rauðrófusalat.
Hljóma vel.
Til í þetta?
Hljóma vel, takk fyrir það.
Bon appétit!
So this is the Christmas herring over here. Then we have gravlax over here. We have smoked salmon over here, one of my wife's favorites. We have a pate made of reindeers here, and then we have a bull tongue over here. And then we have some Icelandic goat cheese with red beets over here. So, and then I'm going to show you over this. So this is the leaf bread that I was talking about earlier. That's really popular to have with smoked leg of lamb. So this, so they made them this thin because we didn't have a lot of grain back in the day. So everybody got one. That's why they made them so thin, to make it last. And then we also got my favorite. So this bread over here. So this is a rúgbrauð, or some call it lava bread or geyser bread or brown bread. But it's basically, sometimes they are making this they basically put the dough in a huge pot. They put it into a hot geyser or a hot lava field, and keep it there for a day or so, and then they bring it out of the geyser, and then it's cooked to perfection. And because of the smells, it's delicious. So try this with a little bit of a creamy Icelandic butter, and then cheese or like I'm doing now with herring. So preparing it a little bit, I want to show you. So just keeping it simple. So it's like herring and brown bread. I'm not adding the butter, it takes too long. Oh, this is lovely. Maybe maybe I'm not too close to the mic when I'm eating. My wife hates how I'm a bit noisy when I eat. So yeah. This is actually, just pure bliss when you have a little bit of smoked sheep, and then this with sometimes with a little bit of butter, but it's good like this also. Good point, Gina. I need a bit more beer to relax after these technical problems, to be honest. So next I want to try the gravlax. So they make a buffet of these things for people. Takk Gummi minn, gaman að sjá þig. Það voru smá svona technical vandræði áðan Gummi. Komið núna, vonandi. Komst á Wi-Fi. Hvað hangikjötið á leiðinni? The smoked sheep is on the way, and also of course the glazed ham and more. So I hope you stick with me. I'm just gonna enjoy having a little bit of food and maybe answering your questions. 6 times, Ruth. Great, you are a natural Iceland lover. Takk fyrir það, Ronda. Einstök. E-I-N-S-T-Ö-K. Einstök. Yeah, actually, beer got legal in 1989. There's a big history of that, but I'm going to tell you more maybe about that when we go live on the 26th of December. So we're gonna have a Facebook Live then event with my friend Sven, who is an experienced beer school teacher here in Iceland, and I look at myself as pretty much an expert, but he's a doctor. So I think we'll cover the beer history of Iceland, which is a bit interesting. I love the salted licorice. I usually have a bag at home of the licorice. We are only one of 3 countries in the world that combines licorice and chocolate together, and you should try that combination. Have you tried that? The chocolate and licorice together? That's beautiful. Lori, you have tried? Yep. This is actually really, really good food. So, this is the pate, reindeer pate. I hope I hope the mic is not too loud. The temperature is just it's 4 Celsius, so just about 40 Fahrenheit. Yeah, you should, Sarah, try the combination of licorice and chocolate together. That's just beautiful. Usually in Scandinavia, they have this salted, a little bit more salted licorice. Here we have a little bit of a combination. Roxanne, my mother made this sweater. My mother. I give a hello to my mother in Westman Islands. Hope she's looking. This is just what I needed after all the problems. I'm talking about the sweater. Actually, I'm not going to be too salesy, but we have a page for a couple of her items. She has stopped making these. Unfortunately, she's too sick to make more from her hand. She was an excellent artist, and but we have a page for some of her products, and you can check out with your friend Reykjavik with that if you like to check out some wool things. Nei, Buddy, blessaður, skál. Heyrist ekki smjör. Þetta unaðslegt. Jú, takk. Heyrðu, það gott að heyrist ekki smjatt. Mér mikill léttir. Ég held ég fengi mikla skammir í höttin frá I'm really glad that I'm not the food noise is not too loud, because I think my wife would be, chastising me if it was. Well, when I finish the tour, after I've eaten the smoked leg of lamb and glazed ham and had some beers, I'll probably go home and kiss my boys. They are probably gone to sleep. I have a 2-year-old and 5-year-old, and then I'll probably have some beers to relax with my wife. This has been quite a journey to schedule all this event and make it work. And so it's been quite a journey, and I've learned a lot. Obviously, a lot about the technical aspect. So, yeah, it's been a journey. Takk Kristín. Þú hefur þetta að sjá, Kjuti, þú hefur þetta að sjá byrjunina. Hún var choppy, sorry. So I'm just answering some of my Icelandic friends over here. We're all over. I've been thinking about making the geothermal, sometimes I'm out of contact, the geothermal pools. They are all over Iceland. We have, of course, per capita, the record amount of numbers of hot tubs and pools everywhere, but at least we have at least 130 or 140 public ones, which you can just go there. And then we have these natural pools, which you can jump in when you like. So, so yeah, you should be able to bathe when you come to Iceland. And we are crazy about that. Actually, our pools were just opening up. We are so happy about that. Me and my family, we like to go for the pools and relax, and they have been closed because of COVID. But fortunately, they were just opening up, I think, yesterday, and it's so brilliant. It's a bit strange to be eating with you guys, but okay. It is what it is. You have to adapt, If you can't come to Iceland, I have to bring Iceland to you. I have to show you more of the food. So do you see the smoked salmon over here? Delicious, believe you me. Yeah, thank you. Finally, the video. I should have... I was stretching too hard. I was like, what's this called? A stretch for the sun. I was trying too high of a quality, and it was causing me problems. And also, for some reason, I think the music was the Christmas music they were playing outside. It was causing disconnection, like they were disconnecting me because of copyright. I understand you being hungry watching this. So I'm going to show you another piece of the herring and the brown bread. Simply beautiful. I just wish we could do this virtually, so you'd put something in your tongue and you would feel the taste that I'm tasting, like a proper virtual tour. But yeah, we're going to take this further. If you enjoy this and would like to take this further, then we could. I'm open to suggestions about what to do and where to go and what to discover. So if you have any suggestions for that, I would love some ideas from you guys. So we have a Patreon page. You can take a look at it. It's basically like a supporting page that, if you would like to see more of these videos and show a little bit more of the inside and stuff like that, then maybe check that out. Patreon.com, your friend in Reykjavik, and because I'm gonna continue fun stuff together while we are stuck because of COVID. Let's have some fun. Swimming, okay. I need to work on my beer tummy. But yes, that's one of the things that I have in mind. Gunnar í Svíþjóð spyr, ég heiti Valur Heiðar Sævarsson. Þannig að það nafnið. Yes, Northern Lights is definitely on the plan. It's on the plan. Maybe January, maybe February. I'm gonna try to plan that, like go for a Northern Light hunt. It would be fun. Most popular sports? Definitely football. We are crazy about football here. Our girls were just qualifying for the EM, European Championship Finals, I think. Yes, I think. Sorry. Yeah, so they are doing great, and the Icelanders just failed. So ghost trip. That's an idea, buddy. I'm going to tell ghost stories, but maybe I know about a couple of ghost places which we could basically check out. So maybe. Dana, let's make that happen. Northern Lights on your 65th birthday. Skál. Yes, that's definitely a plan. Festivals and visit some of the places maybe that you're not able to see when you, or at least not get a backstage pass. I'm looking forward to it also, to the next week episode on history of Icelandic music. Then I would have to do that with a friend of mine, Arnar Eggert. A vegan food tour. Anything's possible. I've actually been thinking about it. I'm a big meat eater, to be honest. We in Iceland, we're not. We thought basically. The grass was only for the livestock until the beginning of the 19th century. But now there's a growing vegan movement, and there are popping up restaurants everywhere here in Reykjavik. So I think you'll be pleasantly surprised if you come now how big the vegan scene is actually today. Northern Lights right now, not here. It's only 10 minutes to 7, so usually maybe 9, 10-ish. So how did you like Björk? Did you hear the song earlier? I'm so such a mess. This. Did you hear? I like this version of the Christmas cat. So Laura, we have 13 Santas here in Iceland. 13. So it's not enough for us to have one. So we were earlier we were walking through this Reykjavik city center, and we were discovering the Icelandic Santas one by one, and also their troll mother. Yeah, we make a lot of wool here in Iceland. As you see, maybe on my sweater from my mother. So yeah, we are crazy about wool, and the special Icelandic leather wool is actually like 2 layers. So it's like an inner layer and outer layer. So it's a perfect for Icelandic weather. Of course, the Icelandic sheep have adapted to our circumstances here on this rock in the middle of the Atlantic Ocean. So yeah, so they need good layers for that. Oh, vínarterta. Good for you, man. It's sweet. Blásgjár, okay. Don't know about that one. But there are so many great, per capita we have the most musicians of any nation in the world, so it's a bit hard to keep up sometimes. So actually one of the themed tours that we're gonna, another bite of the leaf bread, is that we're gonna tell stories. Some folklore, maybe some ghost stories mixed together and maybe a candlelight and relax a little bit. Thank you, Renee. Bit rocky start, but we got there. Skál, Leslie. Yeah, fish was a currency for centuries here in Iceland, of course, but also wool. So we were one of the few things that we exported for real, but fish not. It's strange that we were a farming society for centuries here in Iceland. It wasn't until the beginning of the 19th century when we started to fish for real and started exporting, when Iceland became slowly a pretty wealthy nation. Tour of Silfra, anything's possible. I just need better equipment for that, something that can, and I need to, of course, work on the technical issues. I thought we would be in better circumstances regarding that, but yeah, anything's possible. Anything's possible. Of course, best fish is in Iceland. We're so close, and you usually when you're eating at the restaurant here, it's just 1 day old fish, so it's not like it's been frozen and transported to Europe for maybe a couple of days and then you eat it. I can taste the fish when it's just if it's frozen, if it's been kept for more than 1 day, and so it's easy for me to spot if a fish is well, not bad, but a little bit old. Famous beer to recommend. I recommended earlier Einstök beer. That's probably the beer that most likely. Oh, okay. I'm going to turn it off. I forgot about it. Okay, it's turned off. Sorry, Pat. So I was talking about Einstök beer, Einstök brewery. They're the brewery, the beer that you're most likely to get in around the world. They're exporting a lot, so I would say, já takk.
Ertu fætti? En takk þetta?
Glæsilegt, takk.
Það er bara duglegur.
Já, ég var bara svangur eftir svona vesinni. Það var búið smá tæknilegt vesinni hérna.
Já, það. Svona ekki máli. Varstu tilbúin í bara næsta skam?
Já, takk.
Yes. Bjórinn í lagi, já.
Yes, Betty, I'm stopped talking about the technical issues. We're over that, skál. The reason I'm so clear now is that I'm on Wi-Fi, of course, but also when I got here to the city center, I think the 4G didn't just handle the bitrate that I was throwing at it. And also, I just went too high with the bitrate. I should have gone a little bit lower. When I'm talking bitrate, and then I'm talking about the quality of the transmission or the broadcast. So yeah, you live and you learn. The biggest window I've ever had in my life, probably, a couple of thousand watching, and whole lot of technical issues. But yeah, enough of that. Food is expensive in Iceland, yes. I would recommend just the shopping. You just shop at Bonus and shop at Kronan like we do, and try to cook at home. You can buy excellent Icelandic meat or food, and just cook it at home. You can have a lamb fillet at home, and or at Airbnb or whatever. If you have the option, if you're not at a hotel, of course. So if you're on a budget, but of course, yeah. And then there are always some lunch offers. So if you're gonna eat out, eat for lunch instead of dinners. And there are a couple of apps for some 2-for-1 dinners and stuff like that. So definitely have some eyes open for stuff like that. Glenn, repeat after me. Eyjafjallajökull. It's easy, right? Eyjafjallajökull, Glenn. Yes. So of course, Eyjafjallajökull, we made a lot of fun of that when with all the news anchors from around the world trying to pronounce the name of the volcano, and eventually some of them gave up and they just called it Mountain E. We were, it was played on the national TV and we were laughing our heads off like they were Eyjafjallajökull. And we found it funny. But I think it was CNN that just gave up. They called it Mountain E. E15 some called it and some people called it Mountain E and Mount E15, and Bjork, yeah. So hope I brought a little bit of Iceland to you. Next up, we're gonna have some smoked leg of lamb and the glazed ham, and I'll show that to you a little bit, and of course there's no tipping culture really in restaurants and stuff like that here. Icelandic jumpers, you can check out my mother's website. If you send me a message through your friend in Reykjavik, then I'll send you a link to a couple of her items, and I'll also send you a couple of suggestions for some wool jumpers or sweaters and stuff if you have. Magnus. Cheers from Canada. Hi Stella, takk fyrir það. Þetta verður bara betra næst. Like I said, next time we're going to witness, check out Christmas in the old days, and then I'm probably, hopefully, been a little bit clearer, and well, you can get the lamb hot dogs. You can actually buy them online and get them sent to you. So Renee, so it's a possibility to have them at home. Like I said, we like to have them. Occasionally I really love them, and sometimes at home, sometimes cook it just at home, just put it in a pot, a little bit of Pilsner if you have it, and just boil the hot dogs, a little bit of bun, and then of course you have to have the holy 5 garnishes.
All right.
Jæja.
Það er þarft með hamburgerhrygg með villisopasósu og heimalöðu rauðkáli.
Glæsilegt.
Síðan ertu með hangikjöt, með grænubeðinu, kartöflu.
Hljómar vel, glæsilegt, takk fyrir það.
Góð, viltu fá annan til þessu búinn?
Hverju? Já, takk.
Ekki.
So, look at that. Oh. So that's the glazed ham. And with trimmings. Beautiful. And then we have the smoked leg of lamb with potatoes and hot bechamel sauce and green beans. Perfect combination. And usually cold. Yes, they are cold. So, so can you imagine after you have eaten these kind of foods, you tend to be a little bit like it's a little bit heavy food, so you need to. It's good to relax with a little bit of jólaöl and a little bit of chocolate, a book in hand. Perfect Christmas. So, smoked leg of lamb. I hope I'm making you hungry, Diana. This is excellent. Not too salty, just right. Perfect. Back in the day, I'm probably saying back in the day too often, but you see this. We didn't have a lot of firewood to smoke, so we had to use other methods. And then we used smoked dung. So basically, sheep dung. Of course, it didn't touch the meat, but we just use it for firewood, basically, or to smoky the thing. But it gives it a tiny hint of, and some people love it, and I actually really love it, like a sheep smoked dung, sheep smoked dung, hangikjött. I'm getting a little bit frailed. What are you eating, Joyce? They are constantly spamming. I'm just hoping that not a lot of people fall for this scammers that are trying to get credit card details for signatures and stuff like that. Sincerely hope that. But you never know. For my taste, the glazed ham could be a little bit more smoky. It's a little bit more. It's a little bit. Hey, skål min. It's a little bit bland, to be honest, but I usually buy from one company a glazed ham called SS here in Iceland. Sláturfélag Suðurlands. Repeat that quickly. Skål, Michael. Steve, I believe it's both from Europe and America. Depends on a little bit on the food and where you're buying it from. There was a little bit of craziness going on here like a couple of years ago. The fastest growing Facebook group ever here in Iceland was when they opened up a Costco. Everybody here in Iceland, so everybody was celebrating because things like strawberries were really expensive here just a couple of years ago. But when they opened up a Costco, everybody was showing like the boxes of strawberries, and we're just having that for lunch. So yeah, so this is my dish, the smoked leg of lamb over here, green beans, potatoes with hot bechamel sauce. So this is the Christmas Day dinner usually with people. I like my coffee strong. Is the Iceland coffee particularly strong? No, I don't believe so. It's not like Turkish coffee or anything like that. But I prefer, like when I do a latte, at least double or triple. A couple of coffee places. I like Reykjavik Roasters downtown. Reykjavik Roasters, check that out. Pretty excellent. But we actually have pretty decent coffee places here. Kaffi Tár. It's like kind of like our Starbucks, but a class higher. So yeah, we love our coffee. We're crazy about coffee. Like if somebody was with me from the beginning, we drink the most coffee of any, top 3 in the world per capita. Hi Anna, welcome from Italy. Well, we tend to blend not coffee and beer together. It's either if. So if you want a beer tour, join us on the Boxing Day, 26th of December. We're gonna check out the Christmas beers of Iceland and talk about the Christmas beer traditions of Iceland. We're gonna have a Facebook Live about that. So if you want a free tour of Icelandic beers, then join us. Yes, the airplane wreck is open to the public, and it's a little bit of a trek, but it's it's a plane wreck on sand. Yeah. For a wine tour, we need to go for the strong stuff, because there's not a lot of wine, a lot of berries here to like red wine and white wine. But we could do like a stronger spirits, like shots and stuff like that, or go to some breweries here that are making this. We have a pretty famous gin here now called Himbrimi, and definitely check that out. Beautiful. Vínarterta. Það er lagið. Vel gert, Lisa. Vínarterta is a really traditional, like a layer cake. I'll have to show it to you. Maybe have the opportunity next weekend. Hopefully. Yes, show you some brennivín, Jacqueline. Yeah, you never, Adina, you never have to buy water here in Iceland. The tap water is perfect, really clean, and yeah, that's one of the benefits of Iceland, is that all that clean, pure glacial water. Some say it's like 500 years old, because it takes 500 years to filter down from the glaciers into the volcanic bedrock, which really is like acts as a filtration system, and then brings it back to us. So very clean, yes. Thank you, Glenn. See you next week. What languages? We learn Icelandic, then we learn Danish. For some reason, really strange, you need to learn some Nordic language to be able to talk to the Nordics, but then we learn English. But usually, I've learned Danish, English, and then I learned German. Skál fyrir ykkur 300 sem eru ennþá eftir. Takk. What's my favorite spot in Iceland? Well, my hometown, the Westman Islands, are beautiful. So I definitely recommend for you to check that out. It's a beautiful visit, like for 2 days, and just yeah. But Snæfellsnes is also one of my, there's a lot of energy there and beautiful sights. Arnarstapi is a majestic place, and yeah, so Snæfellsnes Peninsula. Gerda, I'll try to reach out after the chat. I'll try to tell you the website. It's called Góugull. Góugull, Gouugull. Gull. But I have better pictures at another one, so I'm gonna give you that after the tour. Are you speaking German? No, Iceland. I speak German, yes, a little bit. Ich spreche Deutsch besser, aber nicht so gut. Ich studiert German, but yeah, I'm not in what you call it. I'm not in practice. Maybe we should have a Icelandic language Facebook Live, like try out some words and stuff like that. Yeah, Casey, beautiful place. Yeah, and if you have the chance to go there in the late August or beginning of September when they're hunting the baby puffins, I went there with my two boys this year, and it was so much fun to let them experience the excitement of chasing the puffin and releasing them out to sea. So it's like baby puffins. Takk Þorsteinn. Já, við skulum prófa smá íslensku, Pavela. Let's try it out. I'm up for anything. And I'm just starting on this journey. This was a big learning curve for me. Learn that I have to figure out what happened here earlier, why this was so choppy. Because, as I said, I've walked this 4 times, but 2020 just keeps on giving. So I guess I'll have to figure that out with some. I'm a pretty technical guy, but this baffled me. Well, I would not go for Icelandic language program. I'm not skilled for that, June. But we could practice some Icelandic. You would maybe have some words for me, and we would have some banter about that. Yeah, we grow a lot of our vegetables in greenhouses. We are using the cheap electricity and water that we have. So like, for example, like 80% of cucumbers and tomatoes are grown here domestically. So we are trying to do something about that, about like having some food stability. Thank you, Karen. It's good to hear. It was a bit demoralizing about all the comments earlier, and I was just freaking out if I should stop and start again, or what I should do. Yeah, you live and you learn. A little bit low. Need to get more. Oh, here we go. Oh, tack. So one. There is no snow right now. It's always freezing and thawing here now. So, Rachel. So now it's clean. Maybe it will snow before Christmas. Who knows? We never know if we're going to get white Christmas here in Reykjavik. It's more snowy to the north of Iceland. Best temperature month, I would say July, August. Bit hard to choose up between them. August, probably. Thank you, Pamela. It's good to hear that. As I said, I'm worried about going home and checking out all the messages about the. Yeah, so. Yeah, if there's one thing that we Icelanders know, it's about just keep carrying on. Þetta reddast. We will figure it out. you get knocked down, you get up again, and then you try to find a solution. That's we've been doing that since the settlement of Iceland. So that's in our DNA to not give up. Well, Pat, February can be quite difficult here in Iceland, weather-wise. January, February, there are a lot of storms. So you were lucky, or maybe you just like the bad weather. But it can be really, really you can't travel for maybe a couple of days. So thank you, Steve. I'm getting a little bit relaxed by the beer, so maybe next time when we do the 26th of December, I'll be smooth as sail. Well, attitudes. Yeah, you just have to. You have to adapt. You have to adapt. Like I said, we haven't had tours here for 9 months. So pretty grim season for tourism in Iceland. But it is what it is. Everybody's having. This will end. Degrees, it's about 4 degrees Celsius, so it's 36 Fahrenheit. I have such a hard time changing into Fahrenheit. In the summer, on a warm summer's day, it's 15 degrees Celsius, so that's 60 Fahrenheit. But it gets warmer sometimes, and because of climate change, it's getting slightly warmer by every year. We can see the glaciers melting quicker than ever. Oh, I love Hatari líka. Also, great music. What's my favorite Icelandic musician? That's a really difficult question, man. Sorry. I love many. So I'm just gonna name a few. Sigurós Björk, obviously, but then also we have Hatari, for example, that newcomer, brilliant. We have a couple of oldies, Nýdönsk, which you probably don't know. I can have a list for you about some music to listen to, check out. January 2020, you just escaped, Tracy, before it all hit. Maybe we'll do some horseback riding, in a future episode. Takk fyrir það, Bjarni. Skál. Yeah, Hatari. They are just. I like the intensity is there. They really have a message and so cool. I love them in the Eurovision Song Contest. And named Daði, of course. We would have won Eurovision now if it would have been held, but unfortunately, they skipped it because of COVID. But this was our year in Eurovision. Have you watched the Eurovision movie? Some people think that we are angry about the depiction of Icelanders, but no, we can laugh at ourselves. So yes, even though it was a little bit badly written, it could have been written much better. It's funny. We like any attention that we get. Ja Ja Ding Dong, the song of 2020. Yes, skál fyrir Eurovision. So what are your thoughts? Do you think you'll check out another episode sometime in the future. Maybe next Saturday for the Christmas in the old days. Maybe the beer episode, and I'm thinking if it would be possible. I'm not sure how the New Year's Eve will be held, but we are crazy about fireworks here, so maybe I could do an episode Facebook Live when we're watching the crazy Lightwork show here. Maybe it will be a little bit less now because of COVID, but hopefully not. So I've been over an hour just chatting with you guys over here and eating. Wow, how life changes, or you never know where you end up. I would never expect that I would be chatting with my phone here with a couple of hundred people eating dinner. It's a bit strange, but I guess COVID changes a couple of things, and maybe this is for the good. Some things need to change, and we have to adapt in some ways. So most snow I've ever had, Becky, it can go up to the roofs of houses, especially to the north. But here in Reykjavik, once there was a 1.5 meter of snow just overnight. So you basically went to sleep on a Sunday, and on a Saturday, and on Sunday morning there was snow. Basically, you would need to shovel your way out. But in the north, it can basically you need to. They are like 4 meter high snow. So it's really, it snows much more to the north, closer to the Arctic Circle, of course, and the snow stays there for a longer period of time. It's a little bit colder there. So if you like snow, it's more to the north that you would like to go if you want to check out snow in Iceland. Yes, Tanya, there are new opportunities and new ways to connect, and new ways to experience things, and we have to adapt, and we have to find our way. It's such a sad, and there would have been more. There would have been more than 5,500 if the technical problems would be okay. But I was too sure of myself about the quality of the stream. Thank you, Pat. Elsie, about the US travelers, it depends a lot on what will happen in the US. I think we'll be open for business for Europe, but if US gets things under control, then yes. But it depends also on the COVID medicine. If you've been vaccinated, then probably you can go. So no problem, Becky. So I think U.S. travelers, maybe if you show that you have been vaccinated and that you're clean. Hi Kim, yes, I'm a tour guide in Iceland. I run a company called Your Friend in Reykjavik. We do walking tours and experiences here in Reykjavik, beer and food and folklore and a city walk that's called Walk with the Viking. It's like an introduction to Reykjavik, so perfect for if you haven't been here before. Well, hopefully, Adina. Yeah, it's been a long period of doing. Well, I've been keeping busy. I've been learning a lot of stuff and using the opportunity of trying to be better. But hopefully we'll see some tourism. Hi Rachel, yeah, thank you for joining. Piotr, I'll play Yaya Ding Dong for you in the next episode. So guys, I think I'm gonna head off now, but I want to sincerely thank you for the bottom of my heart for keeping with me. 300 of you guys. It's not, after all the technical problems, it's good to see that some people stayed with it. You know about our tipping PayPal. If you enjoyed some part of the walk, and this is something new that we're just launching, that a Patreon page. So I want to do more of this thing, and you know, if you want to help out, then check that out. I'm trying to adapt this to what you want and what you are interested in and what we can do with it. So hopefully we'll have some fun with it in the future. See you next week, and takk fyrir kærlega. Skál og gleðileg jól. Skál.